was about to launch into a hurried goodbye when Greg stepped out with her. He seemed desperate to talk. "And your daughter, is she well?" Meg asked. "Tired. It was an emergency caesarean." He looked down at the flowers, studied a protea. "At times like this, she misses her mother." "Oh, of course." Meg took in Greg's crestfallen face and felt compelled to add, "But she has you. That's something." Greg shook his head. "Oh, I'm hopeless with these things. Every time she says the word breastfeeding, I'm seized with embarrassment and terror." Meg's thoughts turned to Anne, of what she might have been like as a mother. She would have taken control, been the expert on everything. "It's a lovely bouquet," she said. Greg beamed. "Pippa likes things native and organic and sustainable. Even this red ribbon is biodegradable." The lift door opened again and they said their goodbyes. An awkward peck on the cheek above spiky flowers. The woman at reception in the ICU told Meg that Andy had been moved to a medical ward. "It's a good thing," she said, and smiled. The ward was in a new part of the hospital. It had wide hallways and white walls. The door was closed when Meg arrived. Through a narrow window she spied a shadow at the end of the bed. Curious, she knocked and entered. Andy was only slightly less white than the starched sheets on his bed. His eyes lit up at the sight of her. "Ming," Andy said with a croaky voice, pointing to a slim Asian boy beside the door. "This is Mrs. Hughes, the lady I live with." Meg smiled in the boy's direction. "We spoke on the phone." "Yes." Ming was holding a box of chocolates. He turned back to Andy. "Mrs. Hughes told me the name of the hospital." They made small talk for a few uncomfortable minutes before Ming excused himself. "I have to pack. The last exam was today and I'm flying to Hong Kong tomorrow." He put the box of chocolates on the bedside table. "But it was good to see you, man." He patted Andy on the shoulder. When Ming was gone, Meg found a chair and sat down near the head of the bed. "In Hong Kong, you pay a fortune for a room like this in a private hospital," Andy said. "When my grandfather died, he was surrounded by 5 other patients. Oh, how awful for him. I felt sorry for the others, actually, watching him choke on his saliva, and my mum wailing and banging her head against the floor." His voice was a whisper now, spittle collected on his lips. "You should rest." "They said the tube caused some damage to my throat." "Can I get you some water?" Andy nodded. Meg poured him a cup from the plastic jug next to the bed. He drank clumsily. "I'm sorry," he said when he was finished. Without his glasses, he appeared younger, even more childlike and vulnerable than before. Meg reached out and touched the bed, her fingers close to, but not quite touching his arm. "I should have put those pills away." Andy studied his hands. "My aunt's on her way from Geelong. My dad's flying to Melbourne from Hong Kong." "Perhaps that's a good thing," she suggested. Andy shook his head. "I don't know what to say to them. When my dad calls, I don't answer. I let it ring through to voicemail." Meg saw that she and Andy were made of the same stuff, always wanting to please, to stay quiet, to preserve the status quo. "Atticus came back," she said, keen to steer the conversation to happier things. Something like a smile hovered briefly on Andy's lips. "I know." "I wonder what